Hi, I'm Judy Greer.
I'm Julie Benz, and we're from Jawbreaker, and we're on Loveline coming up next.
So watch it.
Yeah.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content.
Loveline. Viewer discretion advised.
Hey, welcome to Loveline. Tonight our special guests from the movie Jawbreaker, Julie Benz and Judy Greer. I am Judy Farr, and here are the men of Loveline, Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Just get out of his way, that's all.
Okay. Welcome to Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. Thank you. That is Dr. Drew. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Diane Farr, New York actress, 2 degrees, been around the world twice. Her claim to fame is she's been with a man from every sport.
Yes, and I've already filled my host sport already, thank goodness.
Okay, oh,
So you can just get off it.
Sorry. What are we going to do? We're going to go to the audience, we're going to talk to some people.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to the phones, because I talk to some more people, right?
Yep.
Drew, you go to the audience and talk to people?
I suppose.
All right.
If they tell me to.
You sound really committed to that, Drew.
I don't know. We'll find out as we go along.
All right. And tonight our guest from the feature film Jawbreaker is Julie Benz and Judy Greer. And we will start off by going in front of the wall of shame and speaking to Connie, who's 18. Connie?
Hi, my parents are deaf, and they have sex, and when they have sex, they're really loud, and they can't hear themselves.
Wow.
And I have my boyfriend come over, and when he comes over and he hears them having sex, he gets turned on. And he wants to have sex with me, but I'm totally grossed out by them having sex, and I can hear them, and it's not like I can, like, bang on the wall and be like, sure. You know, I can't tell my parents to be quiet, and I'm a little nervous
This is a
tell
first.
them to be
This is
quiet.
a very interesting, creative problem.
It is. And it is a first. And let's see, maybe some deaf people questions in here.
No, the
they don't know their, but when you're deaf, don't you know when you're audibleizing?
But you can't assess the volume either. You know, they have to be able to
But you would know, like if.
I had to do a thing the other day with prosthetics on, and they covered your ears. It was a skull cap. It was a, shut up. It was a guest star on a TV show, and we were supposed to be at a Babylon 5 costume contest.
I see.
So I have this whole skull thing on, and the guy came up to me afterwards and said, "You need to enunciate." I was mumbling because I couldn't hear myself.
Wow.
Like, you just have no understanding of the noise. And then could you imagine if she even said something to them, like it's audible?
How embarrassing.
Them trying to have, like, because they'd have no gauge.
Yeah.
But they would know the boom boom. Because I saw a special on a deaf football team in high school, and their snap count is a guy smacks a drum.
Wow.
So they hear the vibration.
But they don't
That's not
hear
fair
them.
because all the other guys on the team are just looking at the guy.
Well, no.
When he hits the drum, they go too. But
How have they been, as parents generally, they've been receptive to your needs, and they understand boundaries and things?
Yeah, they do.
So there's not been any big problems in the relationships you've had with them, right?
No, not at all.
And what time of day do they do this?
Well, they just, I don't know, like at night usually, because he spends the night a lot, and so.
Why is your boyfriend spending the night at your parents' house?
Because I live there, and he's just like spending the night because he doesn't want to drive home or
And so because
whatever.
they're deaf, he feels he can come in and try to assault you? You know what I mean?
well, it's kind of an open window if you think about
Well,
it.
I'm just curious, like, is there something wrong with him because he's getting turned on by my parents having sex and then wanting to have sex with me?
No, there's nothing wrong with him.
I wouldn't necessarily put the two together. I mean, he's 18, he's 19,
right.
he's horny, he's at his girlfriend's house, he's spending the night, he wants some nookie.
Right.
And it's normal.
Like, even if there were no parents having
Oh,
sex.
of course.
it's like once you allow him to stay
Yeah.
over your house, it's a normal transition.
And it's also normal for you to be sort of turned off by all this, too. So, you know.
But what about you? You can sign, right?
Right.
What about you signing to them, the next day, hey, in a sort of playful way?
You guys were loud last night.
You
or
guys were
something.
loud.
Yeah.
Or can you put on some music if
It's the middle of the night.
they're not going to hear it, she's going to hear it. She doesn't have to listen to them.
Yeah. Ooh, how awkward. You need to get out of the house, and you're 18. It's time to move on, don't you think?
Oh my God.
And then you need to talk. Then you need to set appropriate boundaries with your boyfriend. What'd you say?
Yeah, the whole thing's it's creepy. I don't know. I mean, I know how traumatizing it can be. I mean, like I said, just seeing my dad in his underpants with 6 months of therapy for me. Hearing them really getting on it, and without being aware of how they were audibly, it could really get ugly in there. So I don't know.
I couldn't imagine.
But I would just tell them, hey, you guys are going. And they got to have a sense of humor. Anyone who's in their 50s and boinking away every night's got a sense of humor. You don't look great in your underpants at 50, So you kind of have a sense of humor, right, Drew?
Oh no.
Oh.
Perhaps.
All right. Mark is on the phone. Mark?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Okay.
Hey, I'm a pretty good-looking guy, but lately I've had kind of a confidence problem because I'm completely hairy. I've got hair on my back, my shoulders, on the back of my neck, and it's gotten worse the last few years. So bad that I have to shave the back of my neck every 4 days about, and it's made me kind of embarrassed to wear T-shirts. I mean, it's pretty bad, and well, I'm into bodybuilding and stuff, and when I was younger, I took a lot of supplements. Do you think that could have caused this? Or
By supplements, you mean anabolic steroids?
No, absolutely
Beef
not.
liver?
What'd you
No,
take?
anything you can get in GNC, that kind of thing.
Glandulars, that sort of thing?
Amino acids, inosin, weight gainer.
Creatine?
Yeah, creatine.
Okay. I doubt it. I think it's probably just you. And, they have now a laser that's extremely effective in taking hair off large areas.
That's exactly why I contacted the show, because I heard it 2 weeks ago you brought that up, and I've been researching it for about a year now.
Yeah, it's a flash laser. It takes, areas about this big and really very quickly takes the hair off.
Did you find out how expensive it is, Mark?
Yeah, there's about 5 different processes.
Yeah.
Like he mentioned the flash lamp, there's also the ruby, and there's a soft light, Alexandria. There's several kinds. And
I always thought the flash was for the bigger surface areas.
Okay, so that's what you recommend for that?
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
Okay.
And Adam, Adam's going to do some.
He's going to do his neck.
How'd you know that?
Because I watched the show.
I didn't even know that, though.
You guys tune out after the first 5 minutes. But Mark.
Yeah.
Mark, you have a degree in medicine?
No, I have a degree, but not in medicine.
I was playing a hunch.
Okay.
Always looking for new talent. Right?
So how much does it cost? We keep advising this to all these people who are like 18 to 20 years old, and I keep thinking there's no way they can afford it.
It is expensive, but it's not extraordinarily
It's not
expensive.
extraordinary.
I think you're looking at anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000.
Oh, really?
well,
for
That's
this?
extraordinarily
No, for like your
expensive
back,
for an
right?
18-year-old.
Well, yeah, in my situation,
Yeah.
but if you just want to get your neck done, probably under $1,000.
Well, Mark,
Counter on the way
it
out.
seems like you're sort of on top of it. So
I just wondered if you had any input on the kind, and you said the flash lamp, so that answers my question.
yeah, I think so. As I understand, for large areas, that's the best way to go. Okay,
Okay, great.
All right, Mark. Good luck
Thank you
with the
very
hair.
much.
Oh, yeah. Here's a movie. The stars of this movie, it's been described as Heathers to me, and I really enjoy that. It's got a bunch of good-looking chicks in it. 2 of them are Julie Benz and Judy Greer. So here they are.
Oh my God! I called you guys both Judy in the top. That's why I said my name is Judy.
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Hi.
No, it was funny when we were in the, I think we were in my dressing room an hour ago, and we were talking about Jawbreaker, and the booker for the show was talking about the movie Jawbreaker, and Drew, Jawbreaker, and she looked at Drew and went, "It's like Heathers," and then moved on to me, and I had to stop her because I have to act as sort of an interpreter for Drew and explain to people he doesn't know
What
Heathers
Heathers is.
He doesn't know about these movies or songs or whatever. So let's just pretend everyone out there is like Drew, and we can explain Jawbreaker to them.
Jawbreaker is a very dark and sick, twisted look in high school.
Yes.
Well, maybe. My mom was kind of like that a little
Yeah, so was mine.
And Rose McGowan and Rebecca Gayheart are in it too, right?
Yes.
Two. Actually, I think Rose McGowan, is she insane? A little bit nutty?
No.
She's real good looking.
Yes,
she's
she
hot,
is. She is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rebecca Gayhart's real hot too.
Yeah.
Rose McGowan was.
But
What?
hi.
I met Rose McGowan.
She was at the MTV Music Awards
remember?
wearing
Nothing on
wearing
the
the
back.
beads.
Marilyn Manson's girlfriend.
I
You don't remember
don't
this?
remember this.
Wow.
You
You don't
should
remember the
remember
dress?
this.
True doesn't. True, it's like he's
Picture my
got
outfit with no
blinders
back.
on.
And no front, really. Actually.
No front, really.
We're
the
talking.
friends.
We had her on the radio. Ah, it's just a complete bust. But anyway, so good-looking young women getting into trouble.
Yeah.
All right, good. You can't go wrong with that, everybody. It's a recipe for fun. Ah, where the hell were we? Veronica.
Hi.
Hey, you're 19. What's going on there?
Well, basically my question is, I was dating this guy for a few months, and things were going really well, and his ex-girlfriend came back into town, and, well, he decided to get back together with her. And recently I just found out that I was pregnant, and I don't know whether to tell him or not because I'm afraid he's going to turn it around and think I'm trying to trap him.
Pregnant with his child.
Yes.
What are your intentions with the child?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, what do you have any thoughts about it at all?
Well, because of some medical history of my own, it may not be possible to keep it.
What's your medical problem?
With just some medical procedures that they have to do.
Let me ask you again. What's the problem? What is the issue?
Well, earlier they had thought they detected cervical cancer, so they have to do
Conization?
Right.
You need a cone biopsy?
Yeah.
And have you had it done yet?
No.
What's a cone biopsy?
Basically, where you take out the core out the center of the cervix, because that's where most of the cancer develops, at the border between inside the cervix and outside the cervix.
And that's for a biopsy?
Well, it sort of takes out the tissue. It's called a conization.
And but that's a treatment, right?
It's a treatment
She
too.
can have the baby.
Well,
if she wants
it can
to.
contribute.
Does it have
to
to squeeze through the cone, or they take the cone out?
No, they take the cone out. But here's the deal: it can increase these sorts of procedures in the cervix can increase the risk of cervical incompetence, so the pregnancy wouldn't be sustained. But I don't know how they would deal with it while she's pregnant, because if she needs it, she needs it. Why have you delayed in getting the thing done?
It's just the appointments haven't come through yet, and they've just been.
Do they know you're pregnant?
Yes.
The gynecologist knows you're pregnant.
Yes.
And they still want to go ahead with it.
Yes.
And they don't think you need an abortion.
They haven't really mentioned it. We
Okay.
haven't talked much about it.
All right, so then that's not an issue. What else is a consideration?
That's it.
So basically, she doesn't. They've said to you, you can have this baby, because they would have mentioned to you that you could lose it or that you need to have an abortion. So forget the medical thing.
They did mention that I could lose it.
Of course, you could, but they didn't tell you should, or we have to do that. So let's forget about that for a second. Do you want to see this pregnancy through?
I don't know. I haven't thought too much about it because of the whole situation with him.
What is the situation again?
The situation has nothing to do with him.
What's with the ex and the new?
In the sense of you need to make some decisions before you go have a conversation, or he will definitely think that you're trying to trap him. You're not in a relationship making a joint decision. You've got a small percentage chance that he will do the right thing at 19 years old and financially support.
Whatever, 24.
Or emotionally support. You need to think there's three options. You have a child by yourself at 19 years old and you give it your best shot.
Why would put it up for adoption?
You put it up for adoption,
Wonderful.
and
Wonderful.
you let somebody else take it who might be more ready for a child in their life, or you have an abortion.
It's just giving up for adoption. I'd say, case closed. I mean, you give it up for adoption.
Yeah.
What do I tell him?
I wasn't listening at the beginning of the question. No one will tell me whether it's the ex or the new boyfriend.
A couple of months, and he's gotten back together with his old girlfriend, and she doesn't know
gone.
whether or not to tell him.
Yeah,
He's
she's
gone.
I think he has a right to know. I mean, I think he has a right to know. It's ultimately your decision, but I do think he has a right to know that you are pregnant with his child.
Plus financially, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, do you need help from him?
Well, she wants to give the child up for adoption, though.
Yeah, so
What
she's
about
going to make
insurance
money,
or,
right?
I mean, having, like, going through, like, I mean, it costs a lot to be
Right.
pregnant. I
Right.
mean, whether you're going
Yes.
to have the kid or not, it's expensive.
Right.
Don't you get the sense that Veronica has no idea really yet what she wants to do
Yeah, I
and would
think-
like the boy to sort of make this
Yeah,
this boy
rescue her.
will make this decision for you if you don't.
I think the
come up
most
with
important
one.
thing is that she stay with the medical caretaker she's got and that she ask for help and counseling services and whatever's available to help her make these
She
decisions.
may not
and
be
help her
allowed to
through
give it up
this.
for adoption without his consent either.
I don't know.
I mean, why don't you know that?
You don't
'Cause I
have to
don't.
prove paternity
I
to
don't
give
think
up
you do.
adoption.
No, I don't think you do.
Well, wait a minute. What? The guy has, you have a child together. I mean,
They're not having a child together.
Well-
She's saying it is his child. That's
We don't
not-
know those laws. Maybe the producers can look those up for us while we're
wait a
on.
minute. If it's proven.
Hey, it's easy. Go to the internet. I mean, it's a very simple question. I mean, does the father have any? What are the father's rights in an adoption case?
Well, he would have to have some rights if it's his biological child not to be given up for adoption.
Well,
That's
he has
if
no.
some father wants to prove that this is my child.
He has no rights when it comes to abortion.
I
Why
know.
would he have
Yeah,
rights
I
with
don't-
adoption?
Well, that's different because this involves a life seen to full term and someone who's on the planet, trouncing about. I mean, listen, believe me, I don't like guys having rights for anything, and I want everyone just to have an abortion except for me. Well, it's too late for that, so fine, and we're all safe. But the point is Diane and I get it on in my dressing room, which is a distinct possibility after the show. She tells me next week she's pregnant. She's giving the kid up for adoption. I got one of my kids being raised by another family out there. I don't have a say in that. I think he would. All right.
Check it out.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's go to the phone. Melissa,
Hello?
what's up?
Hi. About 2 years ago, my wisdom teeth started coming in. And ever since then, I'm having a lot of problems giving my husband oral sex. I get like cramps in my mouth, and I have to stop because it feels like my jaw is just going to lock up or something. And he's getting really frustrated with it because I have to stop right in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm. Where are you calling from?
Yeah.
Baltimore.
Where?
Baltimore.
Are you at work?
No, I'm at home. I'm having a party for my brother-in-law.
That's nice.
Get your teeth taken out.
Yeah. Can't you
no.
just have your teeth removed?
Huh?
Good women have their teeth removed,
Yeah,
don't they,
yeah.
Drew?
Stop it.
Oh, okay.
Well, you're with me.
All right. Melissa, we got to take ourselves a little break. You have yourself a nice cup of punch. See if it eases the pain a little bit. We'll take a look at a clip from Jawbreaker, and then we'll come back and get to you.
Can you remind me another lecture on the ugliness of profanity?
I just wish you could hear yourself. You sound uneducated.
Dad.
And you know what? It reflects on your parents.
Parent.
That's right. I've got to be the mom and the dad.
Whatever.
I was watching Oprah today.
That must be the mom in you.
And you know what the topic was?
Let me guess. Club kids?
No. It was, is your child a follower?
I'm done.
And you know what?
Can I go now?
I was deeply concerned because, yes, Oprah, my child is a follower.
You're so lame. You don't even have any friends.
If you have a question for Loveline, you can call us 24 hours a day, even from a party, as you might have seen earlier. The number's 1-323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges may apply.
More Loveline with Julie Benz and Judy Greer from Jawbreaker. Out February 19th, and when we left, I was speaking to Melissa. It was at a party, but there's no party in the pants of her husband because he's not been able to receive oral sex from her ever since her wisdom teeth came in, right, Melissa?
Yeah, it's gotten really painful, and he's really
I don't get that far back in the jaw, so it's no problem. Those are way in the back, right, Drew?
That's when you're performing it or when you're...
Oh. Well, you tell me.
There's other ways. I mean, you don't have to stick the whole thing in your mouth anyway.
Excellent point.
I don't.
'Cause you know, you can do the side slide.
I can't even hold my mouth open long enough.
Is that called the harmonica?
You guys are the best guests we've ever had.
There's a name for it. Why don't you get your teeth taken out?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, why should she be in pain though? Just so he can have an
No, let me stop you guys. I don't think the wisdom teeth really have anything to do with this. I mean, she really has a temporomandibular joint pain syndrome. And some sort, do you chew a lot of gum or anything like that? I mean, do you grind your teeth at night?
No, I chew gum. I don't grind my
All right,
teeth.
stop chewing the gum, okay? You've got a medical
Classy as
condition.
it may be, you're going to have to give up the gum.
That I know you're associating with the onset and growth of your wisdom teeth, but I bet that has very little to do with it unless they somehow offset your bite. You need to talk to your dentist about this. They get you bite plate. This needs to be treated. It can get terribly painful, be associated with headaches, even neck and shoulder pain. It can be a big old mess.
Well, my neck has been hurting a lot.
Right. Your husband needs to be a little bit patient with this. You shouldn't be holding your mouth open for long periods of time. It will contribute to it. Your mouth actually can dislocate and get stuck open with this particular syndrome.
And the guy's got to go to work.
I have.
You have TMJ?
Yeah.
And I used to treat
And
Wait,
you know,
somebody with the disorder here.
It's stress related, and I really try to manage my stress so I don't grind my teeth at night, and so it doesn't.
Do you wear a
cause
bite plate at
problem.
night or anything?
You know, I did for a while, but I chewed through them so often that they get expensive after a while.
That's the real thing. Right? When you bite a teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're made of Kevlar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you chew through the bite plate.
Yeah.
Well, you would grind it down, right?
Yeah, and like in a month.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
You need like one of those collars so you don't gnaw your own foot off or something, don't you? So you can't get to your tail? Wow, that's impressive. His boyfriend must have to have like a flak jacket on his penis or something. I'd be a little nervous after like the third bite plate. But whoa, what's going on there, baby? Let's think this out.
So, Melissa, start with your dentist about this, okay?
Well, I've talked to him. He just told me that when I get older, I'll have like lockjaw or something.
No.
Yeah, that you may have that, but listen, then go to a different dentist. That is not an adequate response.
TMJ.
TMJ syndrome. If you can't, there are doctors that specialize just in this
And
syndrome.
your boyfriend has no BJ syndrome.
People have that for a while.
That's an offshoot of his TMJ.
Have you been through all the testing and all that business?
I've been through some of the testing. I have, it makes a clicking noise a
yeah,
lot,
sure.
and especially when I eat.
Yeah.
I have that.
And it's very annoying, but
Makes me very
No,
horrible
but it'll
headaches. and all
pop
kinds.
sometimes, like when you yawn.
Yeah.
That
I
I
don't know
have.
if you can hear.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I can do jingle bells on it.
I'm glad we brought this up.
Really? Can you get good ratings? Okay. All right, and go to another dentist if he just tells you you're going to look forward to lockjaw one day.
That's a weird answer.
You're in the movie Jawbreakers, and you're sitting out here popping your jaw away.
All right. I
Sheila.
like the harmonica, though. Sheila.
Oh, man.
Blowing that harp. Yeah. Sheila, you're 24.
Hi.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Hi. I have like this serious, major dilemma. I've been going out with this guy, a long-distance relationship, actually. And 2 months ago, I sent him some nude photos of myself. And I feel as if that the
Always a good idea.
I feel as if the relationship is not going where I want it to go. And I've asked for the pictures back. He's making up excuses as to why he's not going to be around, and he can't give me back the pictures, or he's avoiding, because I told him I would be in the area and I will pick up the pictures from him. So he's making up all kinds of excuses of why he can't give them back, or why he's not going to be around to give them to me. My question is how can I get the pictures back without him avoiding me?
Can she?
No.
It's going to be tough.
Unless he leaves his house open and puts them out. And then while he's gone,
Or that
she goes in
you could
and
try
gets
telling
them.
him you'll upgrade him, that you have new ones.
Yeah. Maybe she's been working
That
out. Have
you
you been
want-
working out? Maybe you could.
Yeah, between the working out and remove your teeth thing, I love these women. Now, a couple of things. once you give away nude pictures of yourself,
They're gone.
people own it. I
And
mean,
then you give away a sweatshirt of your.
but especially guys parting with
Oh my
nude
gosh.
pictures.
Every one of his
try to-
friends has seen him. Every one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
well,
He's
my-
probably made copies, or if he hasn't
Internet.
made them yet, he
will.
will. You'll get them back when he has a few hundred copies of them. As soon as he gets back from Kinko's, you
Or
get back.
he'll email you them from your website.
Right.
Started.
Well, my major concern is that he's going to send them to an amateur magazine. I don't buy those magazines, so how would I know?
He
Well,
won't.
I'll tell you if I mean, if you know, word on the street.
You know, if you're at the newsstand and someone recognizes you.
You know, I wouldn't want my mom to walk past and there's my butt.
Sheila, that's the whole point of, you know, if you really feel the need to take nude photos of yourself, you really have to understand where you're sending them.
Yeah, I
because
think
they
this
will
is one
live
of those,
forever.
Yeah, this is one of those consequences that is already out of the barn. You can't
I
really
mean,
contain
get it back.
You can try.
You can
I mean,
try,
you can try.
and certainly talk to the guy.
Hey, you know,
threaten him.
here's the best way to do it. If you know somebody who has even a modicum of knowledge about the law, work up some BS. You know, I just got off the phone with Saul Steinbergowitz, and he said he's an attorney, and they specialize in this sort of thing. Throw a couple of big words at him and tell him that unless those things are returned, she's going to slap him with a blah, blah, blah. Maybe.
Yeah, but that's all you can do.
He sounds like a pretty stupid and gullible guy. You might be able to jar him into something and return it. But just come on, baby. I want my pictures back. I don't think it's going to do it.
Yep.
You have to lie. I think we've all learned an important lesson.
Claire.
What's going on?
Claire? Oh, that's me.
That's you. That's right.
I was recently married, and when my husband and I have sex, I pee all over him. It's usually before I climax, and it's extremely embarrassing and messy. Why is this happening, and what can I do to stop this?
Wow,
Okay.
that's a fine how do you do. We're going to take ourselves a little break. Take ourselves another look at the TMJ movie, Jawbreaker. Just a clip, and then we'll get back with Claire.
It's this way.
What the are you doing? Exactly what you taught me. I taught you to disrespect us? You taught me to rule. That's right. Rule, bitch. But don't forget who made you. I'm sorry. It's just sometimes I'm at the mercy of the crowd. I can't help it, Courtney. They love to hate me.
Don't fool yourself. Deep down, they know who you are. Fern.
I'm Violet.
Hi, I'm not Matt LeBlanc, I'm not Kyle MacLachlan, I'm not Matthew Broderick, and I'm not K.D. Lang either. I am John Fugelsang of America's Funniest Home Videos on ABC. You're watching Loveline, the only show that matters.
You can email us your questions at loveline3@aol.com. Please include your phone number.
Julie Benz and Judy Greer are all here from Jawbreaker. You could party with worse. That's I'm gonna say that right now. All right, Claire's 20 on the phone. She pees when she has the orgasm. Right, Claire?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, go ahead.
What if? I mean, do you go to the bathroom before you have sex?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if I've already gone or.
Are you sure
Wait a
it's
minute,
urine?
according to your strategy, she should have her bladder removed, right?
Take it out. Get a catheter.
Have you? Are you sure it's urine?
Well, it's not like yellow urine. It doesn't have a scent to it, really. It's kind of just like a clear liquid.
Because some women will have a orgasmic sort of ejaculate. There's
My bladder?
No, not necessarily bladder. You're telling us your bladder's empty, and that this isn't urine. And so there are glands in the vicinity for some women that are very active and can produce a fluid. And it can be a lot sometimes. And it's normal. And,
But do you have the sensation of urinating?
No.
No.
So it's
probably not.
So why are you so hell-bent on the urine?
Because if you didn't know that a
she's
woman
embarrassed.
could ejaculate, she'd have no idea.
Because
People don't even know that men are allowed to masturbate. That there's not something wrong with that. Never mind a chick that can do this.
All right.
She's special.
Have sex in the shower.
I think you guys keep it down back there for trying to do a TV show. My God.
Oh, they're carrying on with the party back there.
I know. They just they cracked the beer like 15 minutes early. All right. What the hell's going on? So we think
it's not urine.
It's not urine. It's not a bad thing.
Whatever it is, have sex in the shower.
Don't
But
worry
every
about it.
time.
I mean,
Wait a minute. As long as this isn't urine, this isn't a bad thing.
Even if it's
Claire.
urine,
Even if it's
the
urine,
guy's
is your-
French, it's fine. I mean, it's no big deal. I mean, he probably likes the fact that he's getting this out of you.
Does he like
Does he,
it?
Claire?
Well, he doesn't. We don't really know. We thought it was urine.
Well,
so
when you
we're
hang up
kinda
the
like,
phone, tell him that you called and that you're so excited because it means that he is a really good partner and that you have the perfect female body for sex and that this isn't urination. It's when you do it right, this happens.
You know, it could be urine, actually. I mean, there is female there is something. I know. I'm putting shit. We're talking behind her back now. There is a female orgasmic incontinence, but that too is no big deal.
I haven't brought this up in a while, but as you know, my technique for women that have this problem is I take the outdoor tablecloth that hangs under the Cinzano umbrella, just a hole in the middle of it.
Red and white checkers.
Just that one hole for the umbrella in it, and just drape the whole thing over me. I got to use a reducer because I got to make up a little room. Then he thinks it's good, as big as a cigar. But put the penis through there. It doesn't matter. She can do whatever. Number 2, vomit. Seagull could crap on you while you're getting it on. It doesn't matter.
Is your hair coloring?
You got that poncho over you.
I like.
Yeah, in the bigger ones, I'll just put a couple holes so I can see, and I'll just pull the thing on my head. Yeah.
Same thing as having the bag over the head.
Oh, we do it right
Over
there on
your
the
head.
picnic table.
Kenneth. Kenneth?
Yeah. Okay. I've been with this girl for a year and a half. She's 2 kids from a previous relationship, and now she's pregnant with mine. When we get into fights, she often flips out and calls me by his name and blames me for things he did. I really don't want to be with her anymore because she's crazy, but I'm scared to leave because I love her 2 kids, and I want to be there for my kid.
Oh boy. Well,
really
what
know
about
what to
getting her to some help? Is that a possibility?
I've tried that, but she feels she can help herself. She's admitted that she has a problem, but she feels she can help herself.
Does she know you're about to leave if she doesn't do something?
I think she knows because I keep playing Lenny Kravitz's song "Get Away" all the time.
That's a big song right there.
You guys are so ready to be parents.
I think she senses it.
Such a good time for this in your life.
Oh boy. Well, Kenneth, you got to tell her. You got to tell her that, and tell her in as caring and supportive a way as possible that this is, you got to do something. That this is not working, and that you want it to work. And
how
she
far
needs to
along
go-
is she?
Or go in together.
She's about 3 months.
What about going in together to see somebody? I mean, you've got to do something on behalf of this
I would
kid.
like to see somebody.
You got to
but
do it. You got to.
She doesn't. She thinks she doesn't need to see anyone.
But Kenneth, you're not going to stick around if she doesn't, and she has to understand that clearly.
Well, see,
Why'd you get hooked up with this crazy broad? What's your problem?
She was different.
Different, nutty different, yeah.
The closer we got, the weirder she got. I mean, her first boyfriend did some really bad stuff to her.
Yeah,
you know, like leaving her with 2 kids and all.
Somebody before that did something bad to her too. That's what we know, right?
I'm not sure. I think it was him because he
No.
Somebody abused
Where's
her.
her dad?
What?
Where's her dad?
Okay, her dad is her best friend in the world. It's her most respect. Hasn't been abused or anything like that. But she was
Where's
with
your mother?
her mother's with her dad, and they only live in the next town over.
And she's best friends with her father? That's Mac's problem to me.
Yeah,
My
I
mother
don't like
said
my
to me
dad.
on
You shouldn't like your
numerous
dad that
occasions,
much.
I'm not your friend. You have many friends. You have one mother.
That's right.
There's a completely different relationship.
That's right.
Well, hold on.
how old is
He may have just been making a point by saying they get along very well.
Yeah, I was just making a point. I think it's a problem because she's only been in one relationship, and it was that guy, and it was for 6 years, and she had 2 kids by him. And I'm her second relationship.
Okay, but here's the deal. For whatever the reason is, she has 2 kids. She's going to have a third. You have to get help. This is like, it's sort of like this. It's like the pilot passes out and you got somebody flying the plane, and you got to talk them down. And you can't just go, oh, this guy's an idiot, screw him, I'm leaving, I'm going home, getting out of the control tower and I'm going home. I mean, there are other people in the plane.
Right.
You have to stick it out on behalf of the other passengers,
That's right.
which are the kids.
That's
But
right.
could it be hormonal? I mean, is she always been like this?
It could be, it's for us to be able to speculate about what's going on with her
you can't do that,
diagnostically. We
right.
just can't. There's something going on. And Kenneth has to make sure that she gets appropriate care on behalf of the other passengers.
Right.
I completely agree with you. So, Kenneth, no excuses. You've got to find a way. That's it. We can't figure it out magically. We can't make her go, but you have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Go with her,
Please,
whatever.
Stop having the kids for you screwballs.
Go to
What's
social
wrong with all you
services.
idiots?
Rita.
Please.
Well, my problem is that my brother-in-law, he grabs my butt and says that I have nice breasts and that if my sister was to die, he wants to be with me. And now he wants to have a threesome. But the weird thing is that he says these things in front of my sister, and she laughs about it and everything, but when we're alone, she calls me a bitch and saying that I'm leading him on. So what should I do?
All right. This is as good a time as any to go to the bathroom, Drew. So we'll take a look at another clip from the Jawbreaker. Then we'll come back and get to Rita in this mess of a family.
I like cheekbones, you know, a boy's little Bowie going on. What do you like?
I've always been partial to a guy.
Darling, spare us the details. Meet your teen dream. Violet, this is Zach Tarta.
That's him?
You don't think he's cute? Most girls go crazy over him. He's in drama, so we can't guarantee hetero status.
But it doesn't matter. He is beyond fine.
I.e., ultra pretty.
Pretty unapproachable, that is. Always in rehearsal.
And when he's not rehearsing, he's hanging out with the drama crowd.
Can you say free?
If you have a question, you can call us 24 hours a day. 1-323-520-LOVE. Long distance charges will apply if you're required to dial that 1.
Georgia and Florida go to that rule.
All right. There's going to be some big changes when we're in charge,
Maybe it's just
starting with the abbreviation of states.
Maybe it's just the middle of the alphabet.
All right, here we are back at Loveline.
Oh, yeah.
TV show, that's right.
It's Rita. And
Rita?
Yeah.
her brother-in-law keeps
Your brother-in-law's
hitting on her.
a jerk, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is your sister with this horrible person?
She feels like there's no one else for her.
Why does she feel so horrible about herself?
Because my niece, she had her before they got married,
How old
and
was-
she has cancer.
The
She
niece?
feels that no one would take the responsibility of a child with cancer.
Wait a minute. Your sister
Yeah.
got pregnant when she was how old?
16.
And she had this child who is how old now?
She's 6.
Child is 6 and the child has cancer?
Yeah.
What kind of cancer?
Rhabdomyosarcoma.
Oh.
We know
It's a-
Rita's
it's
not
a bad
making
one.
this up because there's
That's
no
bad.
way she
It's a
made
bad
that
one.
word.
And
Is that fatal?
I would think so. I mean, it doesn't sound.
Is this
sarcoma
the
is not
father
good.
of the child?
No.
And so she is just looking for a life preserver,
Yeah.
and she's found. Where is the original father?
Nobody knows who he really is.
Why does she keep hooking up with these abusive, horrible men?
Huh?
Why does she keep hooking up with these horrible men?
Hell if I know. I mean,
Was
Well,
your
the
dad-
real
was-
question is where'd you guys come from that sort of made her attracted to this? You know?
Was your dad kind of tough with you guys?
yeah.
What did he do to you?
He beat us and molested us.
Okay, well, that's where it comes from, all right? And that's what allows this guy to know also, or to believe that you're also a victim because you've been victimized, and he can sense that.
Yeah.
And he's taking full advantage of that now. And your sister, I mean, your poor sister, my God. I mean,
This is horrible, but For
dealing,
Rita, I don't really think she has many options other than to get away from
be away from this.
these people.
Herself.
She's got to go make her own life in a sense.
Yeah, but boy, that sister needs support now, and
She doesn't want support from Rita. She wants a punching bag from Rita.
Well, she needs a punching bag and like a neck brace and a
Don't you think at this point they could do more harm to each other?
She needs everything. I mean, I don't know. What's the diagnosis with the child?
She's in remission right now.
Well, she is.
For the time being, so.
All right, so Rita, it sounds cruel, but it sounds like you've got to save yourself in a way. I mean, this is chaotic. It's potentially dangerous. I mean, this guy may get drunk and do something.
And nobody is gonna. Your sister's not in a place to stand up and see everything clearly. There's too much going on, and if she's coming at you, I don't think you guys are at a place in your life where you can be what real sisters should be to each other. That may
Well, at
come
least
later on in
don't
life.
be around this guy. Be meticulous in staying out of his way. Never
Yeah,
be
I
alone
tried
with him.
to,
But
but,
really, you got to just do it.
Yeah.
You got to do it.
Don't get
And,
pregnant.
Don't get pregnant. Start establishing a life of your own away from this family, too. That would be helpful, because there's a lot of boundary issues and a lot of chaos here. And I think your sister needs you, needs everybody possible.
You know what's weird,
but not without, only when this guy is nowhere to be seen.
The more effed up the families, the more they hang out. Like, my family's pretty nice and normal. I don't want to see them.
Same, yeah.
You know, I mean, I see them twice a year. That's plenty. And everyone's adjusted and friendly and helpful. And I'm like, yeah, see you at Thanksgiving. The more screwed up, the more boozing, the more feeling, the more grabbing, the more womanizing, the more everything. The closer, the smaller the trailer gets that they all climb into. What the hell is that?
It's called an enmeshment.
Oh, man.
Enmeshment.
Something's wrong with that. Dad, if you're watching, you know I love you. I'll see you next year, you know. I'm a big star now, you know. What's that? Drew, hold the book up there. Look at that. Thank you. Look how good Drew looks, everybody. There's some junk on it. We're going to give that to you guys. We normally have one for each guest that's on the show, but I guess
Well, share it. I'll read it and then I'll loan it to you.
we've had to cut back. Julie Benz and Judy Greer, everybody. Jawbreaker. The TMJ harmonica story, February 19th. Thank you very much for coming in and being so candid with us.
I don't hear you.
So, until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew and Diane Farr saying mahalo.
Loveline is a Stone Stanley production. Yeah. Cool.